Rapper-actor Common has just been kicked out of Jennifer Hudson's house after their relationship hit a rough patch. What happened? Although they are known by fans as a romantic couple, their bond now seems to be fading. It's reported that Jennifer Hudson even rejected Common's proposal despite his insistence. Let's find out the reason behind this couple's breakup right now. The whispers of romance between Jennifer Hudson and her co-star began circulating in 2022, igniting intrigue and speculation within the entertainment world. Their connection developed while they were working closely on the set of Breathe, a project that demanded long hours together and deep emotional engagement in Philadelphia. It was during these intense filming days that their bond seemed to shift from professional to personal, and their chemistry didn't go unnoticed by those on set. As production continued, the pair were frequently seen together outside of work. They shared meals at several local spots, sparking attention and whispers each time they were spotted. Observers reported that their interactions were warm and playful, with witnesses describing the pair as cozy and flirty. Eyewitnesses recalled that the two seemed wrapped up in each other, often sharing intimate moments filled with laughter and affectionate touches. They'd linger at tables long after their meals were finished, seemingly absorbed in each other's presence, with cuddling and giggling becoming a common sight for restaurant staff and patrons alike. Despite the mounting evidence of their closeness, Jennifer Hudson was quick to dispel rumors of a budding romance. She addressed the speculation directly, brushing off the claims as nothing more than gossip. According to Hudson, people were drawing conclusions based on assumptions and creating their own narratives. "People just love a good story," she remarked in an interview, expressing her frustration with the way the public often jumps to conclusions. Hudson made it clear that, in her eyes, these rumors were an exaggerated portrayal of her friendly interactions with a longtime colleague. But while Hudson publicly downplayed the idea of a romantic relationship, not everyone close to the situation was convinced it was simply friendship. An insider with knowledge of the actors' personal lives later revealed to Radar Online that there was indeed more to the story. According to this source, the pair's dynamic had evolved significantly over the course of the film. They had been acquaintances for years, but working together on Breathe brought them closer than ever before. Their connection, the source implied, grew as they spent extended periods together on set, sharing scenes and delving into the emotional depths of their characters. This newfound closeness was reportedly not limited to the film set. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the two actors developed a rhythm. After each day's shoot wrapped, they would naturally find themselves gravitating toward each other. Dinner outings and quiet moments spent in each other's company became the norm, and what started as a friendly companionship seemed to blossom into something deeper. It wasn't merely a physical attraction. Those close to the actors noted that the two seemed to share a genuine connection, with conversations flowing easily and laughter coming often. Speculation around Jennifer Hudson and Common's relationship took on new intensity when the rapper and actor made an appearance in London for the premiere of the musical A Strange Loop, in which Hudson held a prominent role. This event became a focal point for fans and media alike, with many interpreting Common's international trip as a sign of the couple's deepening bond. While they made efforts to keep their relationship under wraps, it seemed that the lengths they went to avoid being seen together only fueled the buzz surrounding their status. A source who spoke to the Daily Mail added fuel to the fire, stating, "Jennifer and Common have been trying to keep their relationship low profile." For months, the public had been speculating about whether the two were indeed a couple, with sightings of the pair together at intimate dinners and outings. Still, this trip to London was viewed as particularly meaningful by many fans, marking a significant step in their relationship. The source continued, "There has been speculation for months regarding whether or not they're together, but the fact that they traveled all the way to London together shows they're very much an item." Their arrival at the premiere was choreographed to avoid raising suspicions. They showed up separately, a detail that didn't escape the notice of onlookers. Attendees and staff at the premiere observed that while Hudson and Common arrived individually, their connection became more apparent once they were away from the gaze of the public. According to the Daily Mail source, they arrived at the show individually to avoid any commotion, but away from prying eyes, they were very much in each other's company. Behind the scenes, the two reportedly stayed close, sharing warm, private moments together, suggesting that they were indeed more than friends or casual acquaintances. From the start, it seemed that Common was ready to step forward and publicly define his relationship with Jennifer Hudson. He appeared prepared to share with the world the love he had found and seemed eager to solidify their status as a couple. But for Hudson, the decision wasn't as straightforward. Known for being protective of her private life and cautious in matters of romance, she felt the need for more time. She wanted to ensure that stepping into such a high-profile relationship was the right move for her, especially considering Common's widely discussed past relationships. Hudson approached this new relationship carefully, aware of the attention and speculation that would inevitably follow once they took things public. It wasn't until January of this year that Hudson finally felt comfortable enough to take that step. On an episode of her talk show, the couple addressed the whispers that had surrounded them for months. Sitting side by side, they confirmed their relationship, a moment that felt like a long-awaited validation to fans and followers. Their candid and warm exchange reflected the deep connection they'd formed, and viewers sensed a true partnership between the two as they openly acknowledged the romance that had grown between them. The interview quickly became a headline, with many fans thrilled to finally see them confirming what they had speculated for so long. Following this public confirmation, many assumed the two would be more open about their relationship, anticipating glimpses into their lives together and appearances as a couple at public events. Yet, the public's response was mixed. While some celebrated the couple, admiring their chemistry and shared interests in art, music, and social justice, others expressed concern for Hudson. These worries weren't without precedent. Common's history with high-profile women had been marked by breakups that weren't always amicable, with some speculating that his emotional availability had been a recurring issue in his past relationships. His dating history with notable women, including Erykah Badu, Taraji P. Henson, and Serena Williams, all ended in ways that left fans wondering if he was truly ready for a long-term commitment. In particular, his relationship with political analyst Angela Rye offered a glimpse into the complex dynamics he faced in his love life. While his relationships with Badu, Henson, and Williams had mostly remained private, his time with Rye was different, with both of them speaking publicly about the challenges and strengths they brought to their relationship. Rye, known for her strong convictions and influential work, seemed to have a transformative effect on Common. However, their relationship too ended, and with that breakup, Common's struggles with commitment and emotional readiness came more sharply into focus. Reflecting on his relationship history, Common has since acknowledged the work he needed to do on himself, including addressing unresolved issues from his past and striving to become more emotionally available and consistent in his relationships. In interviews, he has spoken about his journey of self-improvement and emotional healing, emphasizing his commitment to working on himself. Common admitted that this introspective journey wasn't just about improving his romantic relationships, but was also tied to a larger goal, a lifelong dream of becoming a better partner and, ultimately, a better version of himself. For him, the process of personal growth has been about shedding old habits, facing fears, and making space for a healthier, more fulfilling relationship. The revelation that it took advice from Michelle Obama for Common to grasp essential aspects of commitment and relationships raised concerns among those familiar with his history. While personal growth is valuable at any age, many felt it was unusual that a man of his age, one with a well-documented dating history, needed such fundamental guidance. Common's past relationships painted a picture of someone seemingly unwilling or perhaps unable to commit fully. Angela Rye, one of his recent exes, highlighted this issue. As she opened up about their relationship, it became apparent that, despite his rhetoric about growth and maturity, Common often sidestepped serious conversations about their future. Each time Angela tried to bring up long-term commitment, Common would deflect or change the subject. His resistance, she suggested, signaled an unwillingness to truly invest in the kind of committed relationship she desired. After their breakup, Common quickly moved on, finding a new romantic partner in comedian and actress Tiffany Haddish. Their connection, initially sparked while portraying love interests in the kitchen, soon blossomed into a real-life romance. In public, Common and Tiffany seemed to share a playful and supportive bond, often gushing about one another and appearing deeply connected. However, as their relationship progressed, it followed a familiar pattern. Tiffany began to view their connection as serious and long-term, but once again, Common's commitment wavered. When she started talking about their future, he responded by gradually distancing himself emotionally. The end of their relationship brought clarity to many who had followed Common's love life. While he claimed that he and Tiffany had mutually decided to part ways, Tiffany contradicted this narrative. She alleged that Common had approached the breakup unilaterally, framing it in a way that made her feel blindsided. According to Tiffany, Common told her, "I think this relationship has run its course," to which she responded with biting honesty. "Okay, like you're going to be a 50-year-old single man." Her remark underscored the frustration that seemed to accompany many of his relationships. Women feeling led on, only to be disappointed by his unwillingness to commit in the long term. These incidents left a trail of red flags, each signaling a reluctance on Common's part to settle into a committed relationship. But despite his history, Jennifer Hudson appeared undeterred. Her initial enchantment with him seemed to cloud any concerns she might have had about his past behavior. The two shared many interests, from their passion for social justice to their creative pursuits, and this common ground seemed to deepen their bond. Jennifer was also known for her own strong sense of independence and maturity, which may have made her believe that their relationship would be different, that she could be the one to break through his pattern. Yet, recent developments suggest that Hudson may finally be seeing the reality of her situation. Rumors have circulated that Common proposed to her and that she declined, perhaps reflecting a newfound awareness of his commitment issues. For those watching from the outside, this was hardly a surprise. Many had warned that Common's pattern was unlikely to change. His history, after all, showed a clear tendency: relationships that began passionately, only to end when talks of a serious future arose. Jennifer Hudson's hesitance to marry Common is a complex decision shaped by her painful past and her wariness toward his reputation as a player. According to an insider who confided in Radar Online, Common's well-known history with women has raised red flags for Hudson. Despite his charm, creativity, and shared interests, she remains cautious, particularly because she's still recovering emotionally from her previous relationship. Hudson's past experience with her ex-fiancé, David Otunga, left deep scars that have made her understandably skeptical about committing to marriage. She has voiced, through friends and confidants, that after everything she endured with David, marriage felt permanently off the table, an unspoken vow that she would never walk down the aisle. Hudson and Otunga's relationship was initially filled with promise. They got engaged in 2008, and by 2009, they welcomed their son, David Jr., into their lives. For a time, they seemed like a loving family. Hudson had just won an Academy Award and was soaring to new heights in her career, while Otunga, a former WWE wrestler and Harvard-educated lawyer, brought his own achievements and ambitions to the relationship. Together, they appeared like a power couple, balancing fame, family, and professional goals. However, beneath the surface, troubling dynamics began to take shape. As the years passed, Hudson began to experience a darker side of Otunga. According to sources close to her, Hudson faced significant emotional and physical challenges within their relationship. Over the nearly decade-long engagement, the relationship deteriorated as Hudson endured not only physical abuse, but also emotional manipulation. Otunga's alleged physical aggression created an environment of fear and pain, but the trauma went beyond physical harm. He reportedly attempted to manipulate their son, speaking poorly of Hudson and painting her as untrustworthy, even suggesting to their child that she had been unfaithful, claims which, according to sources, were untrue and projected his own actions onto her. Jennifer Hudson's reluctance to marry Common is deeply rooted in her painful history with her ex-fiancé, David Otunga, and the emotional scars left by their turbulent relationship. One of the most disturbing aspects of her time with Otunga was his coercion of their young son to spy on her daily. Sources close to Hudson have revealed that Otunga, who harbored suspicions of infidelity despite having no basis for them, would instruct their child to observe Hudson's activities and report back to him. This behavior, forcing their son into a role meant to undermine her, was not only an invasion of her privacy, but also an alarming form of emotional manipulation. The experience left Hudson shaken, as it reflected an insidious level of control and distrust that deeply impacted her sense of security and autonomy. Hudson's relationship with Otunga spanned nearly a decade, marked by moments of promise but overshadowed by issues of manipulation, distrust, and abuse. For years, she tried to make the relationship work, in part for the sake of their child. But Otunga's actions, both in his treatment of her and his tactics with their son, eventually compelled her to walk away for her own well-being and that of her child. Friends close to her have noted that Hudson, after enduring so much in her relationship with Otunga, developed a firm stance against marriage. The experience left her wary of commitment and cautious about letting anyone close enough to exert control over her again. Common's entry into Hudson's life was unexpected and initially a source of joy. They seemed to share a profound connection based on their mutual love of the arts and social justice and a deep understanding of each other's experiences. For the first time since her breakup with Otunga, Hudson began to feel that love might be possible again. But Common's own history with women, marked by short-lived relationships and a reputation for avoiding long-term commitment, raised concerns. Despite his charm and the emotional connection they shared, Hudson couldn't ignore the warning signs. Common's relationships with high-profile women, from Erykah Badu and Serena Williams to Angela Rye and Tiffany Haddish, all followed a pattern. He appeared deeply invested, only for things to eventually fizzle out when discussions of the future arose. So when Common proposed, Hudson's reaction was understandably cautious. While Common insisted that he was ready for a committed relationship, Hudson's past with Otunga had taught her to prioritize her own emotional safety. According to sources, Common did not take her refusal lightly. He pushed back, trying to convince Hudson that he was a changed man. He assured her that he wouldn't repeat the mistakes of his past relationships and was committed to making this relationship work. But Hudson wasn't swayed. Her experiences with Otunga, combined with Common's own history, made her adamant about protecting herself and not entering into a marriage she wasn't completely sure of. Hudson's wariness about marriage is a stance she's not willing to compromise on. She's seen what happens when a relationship based on manipulation and distrust is allowed to continue unchecked. For her, entering another potentially unstable partnership isn't worth the risk, no matter how deep her feelings for Common may be. Those close to her say that Hudson remains open to love, but only if it aligns with her personal boundaries and values. She's committed to creating a life of stability for herself and her son. For Common, Hudson's refusal may have come as a shock. Known for his eloquence and emotional insight, he has often spoken publicly about self-improvement and growth. In recent years, he has acknowledged the need to work on himself, address his commitment issues, and break away from the patterns that defined his previous relationships. However, despite his intentions, Hudson's experiences have made her cautious about taking these assurances at face value. While she appreciates Common's efforts and recognizes his desire for a long-term relationship, her history has taught her to prioritize her own instincts and well-being. Hudson's decision not to accept Common's proposal reflects her resolve to avoid past mistakes and protect her heart. She doesn't want to end up in a broken marriage, struggling with the same issues of distrust and manipulation she faced with Otunga. Her goal is to build a life where she feels safe, respected, and valued, and she's not willing to sacrifice that for a relationship that doesn't provide the stability she needs. Clearly, Common's recent proposal to Jennifer Hudson took many by surprise. Known for his reluctance to commit in the past, he had repeatedly ended relationships with high-profile women because, as he often explained, he wasn't ready for a serious commitment. Yet here he was, seemingly prepared to defy his usual pattern by taking a knee for Hudson, only to be met with a firm refusal. Hudson's response has stirred strong opinions among fans and critics alike, with many voicing their support for her decision to hold off on marriage. One comment that resonated with many was from a fan who said, "I think Jennifer made the right decision. She's been through a lot, and now she is advanced in life. It doesn't look like Common stays in relationships long anyway. There's no need to risk her happiness or accomplishments for something that may be temporary. Good for Jennifer." For Hudson, who has experienced immense personal growth and resilience, this sentiment aligns with her desire to protect the peace and stability she's worked hard to achieve. Having survived significant losses and endured painful relationships, she's likely acutely aware of the importance of maintaining balance in her life. For many, her decision to decline the proposal is a powerful statement of self-preservation, wisdom, and independence. Another commenter took a more spiritual view, saying, "Jennifer Hudson is on a much higher spiritual level than Common, and she knows it. Plus, karma is real. A leopard never changes its spots. Common is an energy vampire, and Jennifer found this out in time. All the best to J-Hud." This perspective suggests that Hudson's refusal isn't merely about Common's past, but also about their compatibility on a deeper, more spiritual level. Hudson, known for her strong sense of self and spirituality, may indeed sense that her journey and Common's are on different paths, and aligning herself with him might mean sacrificing part of her own growth. In this view, the refusal is not just about protecting her peace, but also about honoring her intuition and recognizing the importance of spiritual compatibility. What do you think about Jennifer Hudson's rejection of Common? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.